Welcome to the Blood Games. I am your host, Praetor Curtimus Samsonius, and this is Arbiter. I guess you would be Praetor Darren, and I would be Arbiter Curtimus Samsonius. I used to call myself Curtimus Samsonius actually in high school.
Samsonius?
Curtimus Samsonius.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's great.
Because Kurt's a short name, and then people would be like, "Oh, what is it short for?" So I just fuck with people and say, "Oh, Kurt, it's short for Curtimus." Oh, I see. And then,
so you're not saying like this is like an online handle. You're saying in real life you told people that your name was Curtimus.
Yeah. I'm an old man. And then at my high school graduation, because you could write down your name on the cards, and then I said on my graduation I wrote Curtimus Matthias Sampson because my last name had to be Sampson. And then when they called out the name during rehearsal, my classmate who was valedictorian, she's like, "That's not his name." So they called my name as Kurt Matthias Sampson. Anyway, that is a little side note on my Roman Raxonized name. How about you, Darren? Have you read Raxonized?
I made a terrible mistake. I loaded. What? Sorry if anyone just got some weird sounds then. I loaded up our previous streams because I wanted to look at some YouTube content comments.
Yeah.
And it started playing in the background, so you started getting echoes of us talking from previous streams on this stream. Anyway, Sophia, are you there? Can you hear us? We haven't heard your usual, "Hey, we can hear you, we can see you." Sophia, the mistress of riddles, in the chat.
Mistress of riddles.
Okay, there we go. And this is the comments. Cool. Right.
This week's been.
Should we just get stuck into it then?
Dad duty. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's make things.
Let's do something. Let's talk about things we made first.
Sure.
So let me get screen share ready. Oh no, screwed that up. Try again. Don't mind me just navigating multiple monitors, which you know the life of.
I know how that is.
Okay, screen share. There we go. Good. Okay, first of all, YouTube recap. We had this was a stream from I think 2 weeks ago. And it's our good buddy Tuap 1895 in the chat, and they left 2 comments. First of all, I apologize for not shaving because I didn't consider chat and you guys to be someone I'd be seeing in the future. And he kindly told me that the beard looks good and I shouldn't worry about it, which is very sweet of him.
I agree with that.
But I shaved it anyway, so it was too late. And then the other comment was this was the stream where I think we talked about Princess Bride.
Yes.
Yeah, this is when we talked about Tim Koffel and the Princess Bride, and that's happened somewhere and I can't find it. And Tuap said, the Tim Koffel idea is very similar to the Steel Ghost in the 1,000 Names by Django Wexler. It's a fun idea. Now, I don't know who that character is or what that series is. So I was wondering if you would know as well.
I do not know.
Damn.
Does anyone in the chat know?
Yeah, does anyone in the chat know? What is
I mean, there's a lot of.
Yeah.
There's a. Let's check it out. Let's go to Wikipedia. There's a lot of fantasy. Steel Ghost, Django. That name, Django. Wiki. No, I don't. By Django Wexler.
Django Wexler. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't. I don't see it.
Oh, he's written for Magic the Gathering. Back in 2019.
Django Wexler wrote for Magic the Gathering?
Yeah.
Oh, what did he write? Was it good?
He wrote The Gathering Storm, released in 20 installments in 2019, and Sundered Bond, the Kindle ebook in 2020. I don't know if they're any good. Can't remember.
Sure. I guess I'll reserve judgment.
Yeah.
Oh, is Gathering Storm the... Gathering Storm is the prequel novel to War of the Spark.
Okay. But
I will...
Let's focus on the 1,000 Names instead.
Yeah. But no, I don't know I do not know this property, and I imagine it came after Princess Bride. Oh, I see. Yeah, right there. The new Supreme Ruler of Kandar.
Yeah, I need a summary.
So I guess
we don't know.
Control F, Steel Ghost.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that would be a spoiler alert, right? Spoiler alert! If you're reading the Kandar, we just ruined it for you. That there's some nonsense ahead. All right, so are we getting into the writing stuff? Or are we getting into
the two more things I'm going to run you through. First is we just put out an update. And I realized we never look at our updates on stream. Maybe we should do that, because maybe there's some of you that are following the streams but not following the Kickstarter updates as much, or emails. And it's good to just cross-pollinate. So we literally just put out an update. In fact, Kickstarter's telling me I have 24 minutes left to edit this update. Oh, behind the scenes, if you guys didn't know this, when we put updates out, we can only edit them within 30 minutes. And so once it's like that, we can't change them anytime in the future. And I guess that's to prevent gaslighting. Like, oh no, we didn't say that. And then people totally did say that in updates and things like that, I'm guessing.
Right.
Yeah, so we just got some artwork. I have a lengthy bit where I talk about tariffs, which is very difficult to do because we are not fulfilling now, but we're fulfilling in the future. I don't know what tariffs will be in the future, so it's hard to make predictions, but I did my best here to explain what's happening. So
I don't even think we know what they'll be next week, 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, exactly.
All over the place, yeah.
Then in a month's time, I'll be at the UK Games Expo in Birmingham. If you're anywhere near that in the world, you should come because it's awesome.
I wish I could be there, bro.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, one day.
It's far.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe next year, if the shout tour happens, we could extend.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. That's what it'll be. This year is my 41st birthday.
Is it really?
Believe it.
Cool.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
This cat is 40. Is gonna be turning 41.
Just looking at you, I don't believe it. You're far too handsome. But by knowing how wise you are, I do believe it.
41-year-olds gonna be. But old people can be handsome.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I mean, skinly.
I'm not sure. Yeah,
you're not handsome in the way that a 25-year-old would look, as opposed to a 41-year-old.
Yeah, but isn't it like immature? Like I feel. I saw a picture of Timothy Chalamet next to what's his James Bond, Sean Connery when they were both 30.
Yeah.
And like Sean Connery looks like 20 years older than Timothy Chalamet at 30 than Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
I just think it's just because we don't smoke.
Yeah, probably.
I think everyone just looks because of that.
Well,
we don't smoke
like
and we eat.
So.
Or Salt Bay.
Yeah. Anyway, then we'll talk about what we accomplished in April, which is good stuff.
Yes.
And then talk about our design vlogs. And that's it. That's all you're missing, guys. But yeah, check it out. Especially if you want to learn about tariffs, Games Expo, and all the details. It's all there. Then the final thing I want to go on before we get to stuff. You go on.
Oh no, this is just a quick aside, but apparently this is new gaming news. Have you heard the news that board game companies in America are trying to do a class action lawsuit or something, like a lawsuit against Trump?
Oh yeah, no, I have heard about this. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm sure many other companies will join in and do more, and other industries as well happen as well.
Yeah,
because I know we're like in not a terrible situation, because as I explained in the update, I actually took precautions for this back in November because I had the mind that this might happen, but other there's companies out there that literally ordered their shipment before these tariffs happened, and the tariffs occurred while the shipment was at sea, and there's literally nothing they could do about it. And then they're going to be, faced with bankrupting like fees, which is terrible. So that's suit worthy in my mind. And Zilphia says you don't look 40. There you go. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh, well, if it's any consolation, I feel 40.
Cool. Yeah. What does that feel like? Achy joints?
No. It has to do with my experiences. Like, I feel like when I talk to people, I have the old guy thing of like, hi there, lad. Oh, at first I thought you said, Marty, hey, Marty the potato. At first I thought you said, hi there, ladies.
Me too.
You were hitting it. Hey, what's up, Dig?
Yeah,
you feel 40 with John there. No. Feeling 40 is like when people tell you stuff and I just have like a billion stories to tell and I'm just over like people's drama. Like we have all these younger friends.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we have a lot of younger friends in the city because we're in the music scene, and I feel like there's sometimes the things they talk about aren't as relatable to me because I'm just like an old man. I have a kid, I'm engaged. I'm running a business. I'm like, I can't, that's what it feels like to be 40.
Yeah. Awesome.
So yeah, what is this wonderful piece of art you have?
Mary says, Mary, do we know you? Are you a backer? Are you in the Discord at all, or you just popped in on Twitch? And Mary says, the I feel 40 is for me hearing things and me being able to say, well, in my day. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what being 40 feels like. And I think it's too old to care about social drama. Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, we have the people we like, and I if new people come to my life and they want to be a part of it and they're cool, I welcome that. But they also, I got a lot of stuff going on, so I can't be dragged into other people's drama so much. So that's what it feels like to be 40. All right, so getting back on track.
Yeah.
This is a wonderful sketch.
Yes. So what happened? I regularly get solicitations. I don't know if solicitation is the right word, but I think it is. From artists who are looking for work. Because I guess we're now at least a somewhat renowned company that puts out good artwork for role-playing game books. And a lot of the time I get solicitations from artists whose style is just not the style that we have. Even if the art is fantastic, they're still not artists I would hire because they don't fit what we've got going on, right? So I always reply and just let them know, hey, sorry, I'll keep you in mind for future, but this doesn't work for us right now. And yeah, I get an email out once a week, I think, maybe twice a week sometimes. It's very frequent for the past few years even. And recently someone hit me up and I thought, oh, actually, maybe they could fit in. And then we sent the email back and we talked about rates and stuff, and then it worked out. And so suddenly a new artist appeared out of nowhere who wanted to do some character illustrations for us. And that's been great because Rafa, who usually does our character illustrations, he's got quite busy, and now he's just doing the gods and the giant monsters, but he doesn't want to do characters. So I was kind of missing a character illustration slot. And this guy turned up and trialed him out, and this is the fruits of his labor. His name's Anselmi. I keep getting his name wrong. He's from Finland, and his name's unfamiliar to me, culturally speaking. But it's an awesome name. I think it's Anselmi, and I can't pronounce his last name already. Feel bad about that. Wait, what? Mary's going off in the chat. I was in here once a few months ago, and yeah, saw you guys again, and yeah. Wait a damn minute, I've read one of your books. Didn't know that was yours. Wait. Well, we can test that. These are our books. We've got Legends of Avalon, tabletop role-playing games by Celtic Rome Britain, and we've got Against the Fairy
Borderlands.
Queen.
Yeah. Care in the Borderlands is also.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah. There's also some free Kickstarter and PDFs that you could have come across. So which one did you read? Let us know in the chat.
Oh, and technically was it Care in the Borderlands? Well. Yeah.
Oh, and there's also the art books. That's right. Yeah, let us know. We're excited. I'm excited to hear which one you checked out inadvertently and didn't know that we were the guys that are.
Well, I think it's the other way around. I think they found us through Twitch randomly and didn't realize we're the ones that made the book that they like.
Oh no, that's what. Yeah, exactly. It's just a separate thing. So that's fun. Yeah. Was it Kara or was it Legend of Avalon?
I mean, Against the Fairy Queen.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. So yeah, this artist came up and then we tried him out, and then these sketches came in. I was like, holy crap, this is awesome. Very happy, and then we have the final version here, and yeah, so this is going to be a
and by.
Yeah, no, this is going to be the representative for the Face Seekers for the Court of Thorns. This is
cool.
Like the aspirational artwork of this can be your character, right?
I see.
So they have the tree shaping here, which it's just part of the kit, and then the seasonal changing, like kind of winds, kind of hinting there. But yeah, I just love this artwork. I'm super impressed. So
yeah, it's I really like it because it kind of reminds me of older school fantasy art that I fell in love with, like as a kid, like Larry Elmore or something like that. Like I don't know if they have that inspiration, but there's something about it that reminds me of like second edition TSR stuff that I really dig. Yeah, they have like really nice details too, right? Like the bells and the flowers.
But it's very much in the Avalon style where it's just like it's not actually that. It's not hyper detailed, right? It's not like these petals have been like rendered into it, and there's like this loop here is just like brushstrokes, right? But that's exactly what we want. Yeah, it's amazing. Mary says,
we finally design our.
You go on.
We finally designed our Legends of Avalon deck building game. Maybe they'll be a good good addition to our card game art team.
Okay, we can catch up with chat again.
Okay, so Mary says, yeah, not sure it was a Legend of Velen, but you saw the Adderstone and thought, you've seen that before? Yeah, that was probably us. And also, yeah, Mari agrees that it doesn't have to be... Oh, Zilphia says it looks amazing. Mari says it has to be hyper detailed and the brush strokes are a must. And Zilphia comments that he got nice sass in the face. Yeah, I like that too. He's got like
a little sass in the face.
Like, hey, look at me. Yeah, this would have made a nice, really nice miniature. Or maybe it still can be in the future. It's cool. It's cool. It's very good. So good find. Good pickup.
Yeah. So that's great. Okay.
We like supporting real artists.
Yes, we like
real life
artists.
In the chat and in the book and all over.
Okay, so what we're doing today? What are we actually doing?
So we were on the fence about whether or not we're continuing on with secrets or whether or not we're like going to the next chapter of the book.
I think we should do
I'm okay with
yeah.
Okay, sure.
Wow, what was you about to say? You about to say the opposite?
No, I mean I'm okay with either. I'm okay with either. Whatever you feel like working on.
I mean, because it's up to you, right? This is what you're doing next anyway. So
this is what I'm doing. Yeah, this is what I'm currently working on. In any case, so yes, if you're joining the chat again, we are fleshing out secrets for the different places in the clan, and basically we're working on the Pen of Ankh this week. And with the Pen of Ankh, it's so everything in Legend of Velen is very much inspired by Celtic culture, with the emphasis on like Welsh culture, because that's where that was like a formative idea. But definitely the Pen of Ankh are the most Irish coded and influenced of the clans, right? So in the north we have but it's not like some other Celtic books where it's very Irish, because we'd actually know way less about probably Irish Iron Age culture, I think, of the similar time period. Like a lot of what we know, I think, about Iron Age Welsh culture comes from like 480 after, whereas we're writing sort of like and there's not that much interaction between the Romans and the Irish that was living up there, as far as I understand. But we're still taking inspiration from the mythology that came after, and riffing off it in that way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we have 5 clans in the Valen. In the south, we have the Penkawa, and these are inspired by the Celts that were found in what is now known as England when the Romans invaded. Then the Penbaith and most of the Pendraig are inspired by Welsh Celtic history mythology. Then the Penlevi are inspired by the Picts and Scotland and Gaelic Celtic history mythology, as well as a little bit of the Pendraig. And then the Pen of Ankh are inspired by Irish culture and history.
Yeah. And now, one of the main things about the geography of the Northern Islands of the Pen of Ankh is that it's actually separated into many. It's almost like an archipelago, right?
Yeah.
Am I saying that archipelago? Archipelago. So. How do you say archipelago?
I say archipelago, but
archipelago. You're probably right. Yeah,
no, but I think famously bad. Ways. I think you can say it different ways.
Yeah. Well, I'll say it your way because you're British and it sounds fancy. Archipelago. Archipelago. But the main thing about the geography is that it's split up into these 4 islands, right? And as far as I understand it, with Irish geography, is Ireland itself is kind of like this. It's almost like a bowl, right?
Okay.
Like at least that's what I've read. Like there's like a lot of mid and lowlands, like in the middle. Then when they get drained, you could kind of farm there. But it's kind of like one island like this. But our geography is far different because it's like 4 different islands, so we have a bit more freedom to play around with it.
Yeah.
That's how I read one person describe it. Ireland is bowl-like.
Yeah.
So I didn't make that up.
And to be clear, like obviously, our land is inspired by the British Isles and things like that, but it is definitely not the British Isles. So
yes, yeah, exactly.
So we're the Pen of Ankh Isles are far more magical and even crazier than the Irish myths, I think.
Yeah. So we're trying not to make Ireland, our version of Ireland, that's like not the intent, right? We're trying to make a Celtic, Irish, Welsh influenced Celtic culture, with some invention, but still sort of staying true to what we think is the rational thing for the geography and all that stuff. So, we have
all the best fictions.
Yeah, and Zilphia says, funny enough, their city is built in a crater. Well, there you go, Zilphia. So you know what that's like. Please tell us how. How does the flooding treat you? And Mario Potato says, tell that to the Irish and win a one-way ticket to the bottom of the sea.
Wait, tell
yeah,
what's the Irish?
And tell what that the country is bull-like.
Oh, maybe.
is that the?
No.
Yeah. Again, I read this somewhere. I'm not from Ireland. And we're not trying to make Ireland, so all due respect to people actually from Ireland, but we're also not trying to remake Irish culture or anything by any means. That's not our intent at all. Have you been to Ireland before, Darren?
Yes, twice.
Okay.
Once to Belfast in Northern Ireland, and once to Dublin in the Republic of Ireland. Yeah, Dublin's amazing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Dublin's the most
right,
musical city I've been to, although I imagine there's probably some South American cities that can take that crown away. But I was honestly impressed by how much music was happening everywhere all the time. It really felt like it was just the streets were alive with music. Like every pub had a live band in it, and it was just nice walking around. Yeah, it was really cool.
Well, maybe we could start there. Why don't we start with Knocknaffili? How's that sound?
True. Yeah.
Because Knocknaffili in our culture is in the south, and it's the major tribe there is a tribe called the Elban tribe. Elban? Am I saying that right? Yeah, the Elban tribe. And every few years there is an Estafad, which is a giant bardic festival competition thing. And so that island is meant to be a very musical, bardic oriented isle where there's a conclave of druids, which we're currently calling Order of Stories, but that might change. Where bards and fili send their best to like learn and to compete and so on. So maybe Knocknaffili is a good place to start because we can kind of jump around if we want, right?
Okay, then let's start there. So
we do have some comments in the chat. Lily says that their house is built on one of the hills in the crater, so you're good, but your old place flooded out all the time. Yeah, that sounds right. Zilphia says that's funny. Oh, because Mari the Potato said even more funnily, the city they live in just became a crater because of your players. Oh, I see. Well, that sounds like the usual player stuff. And Zilphia says they got lost in wetlands after the acid rain messed all the old natural habitats decades ago. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, that sounds like Penlevy stuff to us.
Okay. So what are we saying here then? So you're calling the island Inispera, right? Inispera.
Oh, that's right. They should have a new name.
Yeah, I've done that. Cool. And the grassy fields in Inispera are the most fertile in all the Penobonk domain, and much of the profit reaped by Elven tribe farmers is paid entire to the H-tier tribe in the north and their local druids of Inis. Yeah, so this is the editing thing. We'll come back to later. But you wrote a sentence here, and it took me a long time to figure out what it meant, and I still struggle with it.
Sure.
But we can figure that out later.
Which sentence are you referring to?
Is this one? Like they pay tithe to the Aiche tier tribe in the north, and also to druids on their island. And no matter how I write it, it always sounds like it's druids from the Aiche tier tribe's island. And so I tried to re-emphasize it by saying their local druids, but even then it sounds like what's their local druids. So then I wrote of Inispera, which is this island, but even then you have to remember that it's the same one. So maybe I just need to change the order. Maybe it just makes better if it's the Alban tribes finds paid in tithe to their local druids. Yeah, that's probably works, isn't it? Because now it's obvious it's their local druids. The you said haunted order of local druids and the Aiche royal tribe to the north. Okay, maybe that fixes it.
And it's tithe in this case, is that the right term to use for paying?
Yeah, probably. Or a tax.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe you may. I don't know. We have to look up the connotations of tithe, if it's like a conquering thing or if it's just a mutual benefit thing. I'm not sure.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. But conceptually you understand it, right? Like the fact that Yeah. They're the most. They feed themselves, but they also help feed the royal family and the druids that bring people in and so on, and bring in trade and stuff. And in exchange, they're the most musical of islands. So there's this concept that like even farmers are like very accomplished musicians on this island.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I'm Filipino American, so it's something near and dear to my heart. A people that like music, so I think I vibe with that part of the culture. Might share the quick anecdote about their dumbass player singing Ancient Relic, which had a book next to it and saying it was basically an ancient bomb. Okay, yeah, and by all the people to kill a god, and what they do, they throw it at the wall. Yeah, that will destroy a city.
Did your players survive, or are they now deceased as well? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, well, did they survive? We need to know. Inquiring minds want to know. And Sylvie said music is good for the soul. I agree with that.
100%.
100%. It's such an essential thing. But I'm so glad I don't have to do that now that I can just make music with AI. Like I could just take myself out of the equation and just generate stuff on Suno. It's my favorite thing to do. All right. I'm obviously being facetious.
Yeah. They're annihilated.
They're annihilated. One.
Great. We're happy to hear it. Congrats to your players for a TPK. Yeah. That's awesome. All right. Okay. So the Elban tribe. The Elban is a pious tribe who rules Knocknafili and serves the largest druidic order of the Northern Isles. Yep. Let's just call it Misty Isles. I'm just getting confused with the Northern Isles, we said before.
Oh, then I have to be careful about using Misty Isles for KO Islands, because we described the KO Islands as the Misty Isles.
Oh, I think, yeah, you're right. I can't remember. I think the whole Penavant region is called the Misty Isles, and the KO Isles are their own separate thing. But I'm not sure. We should double check. Yeah. I guess I could double check right now.
Yeah, I recall in the core rule book we specifically call the KO Isles also known as the Misty Isles.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe they're all KO Isles in a way.
I was going to speak of the home. KO Isles or the Misty Isles. Oh, damn it! Yeah. Okay. Then
they do be like that, Muddy the potato.
Yeah, pretty cool. That's fine then. In that case, then, let me just change that back.
Yeah, I mean, so the concept, those being the Misty Isles, because there's this kind of labyrinthine maze-like element to them that makes them hard to navigate, right?
Okay. Then what am I doing? I want to change this. Not of Druid Magistrate of the. Okay, Druidic Conclave is both a school and spiritual home to druids and priests of Penavunk, of all the Penavunk, right? Of all the Penavunk, yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're talking about Knocknafili, which we should do the Elban tribe first, right? Did we say who rules them?
We have not talked. We did say Breyer XXX of them.
Okay, so we should add that to here as well. Pious tribes, yeah. The Isles, ruled from Knocknafili, or ruled, by Breyer XXX. We don't have to name Breyer XXX right now.
Sure. Yeah, Breyer XXX, unless something comes in.
Blah blah blah. Wait, where's the music part here? This should probably be in this section.
Oh, in the tribe?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. The brown. Okay. So then, secrets wise for the tribe. Is it bad? I don't want to give them any secrets. I don't want to give them any evil secrets. I just maybe historical secret is good here. Some like old forgotten thing, or maybe like a Sword of the Stone kind of thing, but for poets and singers instead.
Oh, like a poet, like the greatest poet of all time will come here and do a blah blah.
Yeah, or there's a stone that will only resonate for like the greatest song ever written, and will unlock something and blah blah blah, you know. And maybe that's why the Ice Death Pod is always held there, because they're trying to find the person that will resonate with this
greatest
stone. Yeah.
Sure, they're trying to find their prince, or
Yes,
Paul McCartney or Michael
sure.
Jackson.
Yeah, I was gonna say Michael Jackson.
Yeah. I mean, another thing. Okay, I like that idea.
Yeah.
Let's balance it.
Okay.
Another idea is this concept of so Ogham, right? We all know what Ogham is. What is Ogham, Darren?
Yeah. The writing script that was developed in Ireland in response to Latin script.
Right.
Kind of made their own version. And I think part of the motivation was deliberately to make it so that the Romans couldn't read it. And it's a very cool writing system.
Yeah.
And it's specifically designed, and the reason why it's called, it's specifically designed to be written on the corners of stones. So if you have like a stone monument, you draw lines along the edge of the rock. You draw lines in from it or from the other side, and where the lines are and how many there are determines what letter it is. So it's specifically designed for writing on stones, which makes it very unique and interesting. Yeah.
And we don't necessarily have Ogham all over Avalon yet. It's like, what if Ogham's like a new invention? That's like the that's like the uncommon law.
Yeah.
Like the uncommon law is that the order of stories, because they've seen what Raxian scripts looks over the last several decades, have started developing their own script, which they call Ogham. That kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that way the writing system is a new thing and it's still being developed, but it's not, it's being developed by so and so.
Wait, should that be a deeper secret though, or a local?
I think it could be an uncommon one because it's something they'd want to share, right? They're like, "Hey, look at this new thing we invented. We invented Ogham," and like.
Yeah, I guess.
Now, if you want to make rare lore, you can make it, magical. You can, or something like that, or you can make it tied in. Like that could be the uncommon lore, right? That they're developing a. Zilphia says, fitting for the Irish style pen. I see what you did there. Get it? The Irish style pen. Get it? Pen?
No, I don't get it.
Well, pen as in pen Afanc, and also pen as in writing.
Pen. Okay, writing pen.
At least I think that's what you meant, Zilphia. Yeah. Zilphia said they had a player destroy half a capital city over a stupid sword. It wasn't even a magical sword. Yeah, that also sounds like world politics.
True.
Yeah. And Mari, it does suck when your players derail your whole campaign. Yeah. That's what a session 0 is for too. You don't want to railroad your players, but your time is valuable too, right? You don't want to spend like 8 hours, putting an adventure together, and then they're just like, "Oh, we'll just do this," and it's like, "Come on, guys! Like, I'm playing too."
Yeah, anyway. True. All right, I suppose we get the best of both worlds because we need a legend for Knocknarfili, and so we could put the legend stone there for the Iceland Vod, and then we could do this Ogham writing legend here, which is also freaking great. Ogham is being developed here. Look how cool it is. Specifically made for writing cross edges.
Yeah. And this is like one of my favorite kind of quote unquote secrets to do, where things that are really old that we discovered are like new. It's like, hey, we're making the thing. Like that's so whenever we can do that, that's like my preference. I love that shit. Yeah. Look, I invented chess or whatever. Yeah,
cool. So then do we all need a rare lore for that, or is it just it?
I mean, you can make it rare lore if you put a magical bent on it, right? Like, hypothetically, you can make it a Fae thing, right? Like the Fae is invented by the Fae, and there's like a magical version of it. There's stuff like that. You can mess with runes and shit like that. Like,
no, I think I like it just being like raw and literal. So,
okay, yeah, and you can make rare lore that isn't tied to this uncommon lore too, right?
Yeah, it's true.
So you can just make a different rare lore.
We do have in the world the ability to enchant stones and things like that with like symbols painted on them and stuff. So I don't know what we would do with it, but you're right. I mean, we do have magic here, so there should be something more to it that's unique to our magical world that really is magic, right?
That didn't exist in real life, right? Like, for example, making cool like a wizard or mystic invented a way to use Ogham to capture spells and things like that.
Yeah, you know,
But,
I'm influenced by chat and Mary's story particularly, but I'm immediately thinking of, what if someone's engineering bombs with them? Like, you can instill destructive magic into a tiny little stone and throw it at people and it explodes. And it's like, I don't want to introduce that to the world, to Move Island, but that's what I imagine players would do.
You know. Yeah. But I mean, that's something you can suggest, right? Which is Ogum is potentially magical oriented.
Yeah, it can be used to store spells.
Yeah. So I mean, we could do that for now. If you want to make it like deeper Fae style lore too, that's like it could be that it was introduced. Like that's the other thing too. It was introduced by the Court of Whispers or something because they, but for whatever reason.
Nah, I want to give credit to humans, dude.
How dare you?
The humans did it.
The Fae are responsible for everything. Mari asks, why are players always obsessed with blowing stuff up? That is a very simple answer, because it's hard to do in real life, and you can do it in a game at a safe place, right? Like, it's the same reason why your best friend becomes a murder hobo when you play with them. They're just like, I'm just gonna kill this guy, because I can't do that in real life, so I'm gonna do it here.
Yeah.
We get to push the boundaries. Push the boundaries is why we do that. All right, so okay, fine. Give it to humans. Give it to humans.
Whenever so local legend, present stone, waiting for a song that is almost divine to activate, open it, something.
Sure.
Each. It is the focus of each brand. As therefore here to have the winner attempt each time they fail, though there is no shame in it. There is no shame in it. It's tradition, basically. And then the rare law will be what actually will happen if,
That's not that? Okay, fine. The winning song melody is identical to Linger by the Cranberries.
I'm now going to say I don't know that song, but I'll check it out later.
Sure. Cranberries are a very, very popular Irish group, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. That makes sense then.
Zombie. Do you know Zombie by the Cranberries?
No.
That's like a karaoke hit.
If I hear it.
Yeah, you'll know if you hear it. Oh no, so someone sings this melody, Linger by the Cranberries. That's a canon, by the way. So if you're watching the stream, it's not gonna be in the book. But if one of your players sings Linger by the Cranberries, that's the melody.
I wasn't thinking it had to be a particular song, like a code. I think it was more like it has to be something so inspiring, like an original creation that's so, they have to.
Well, okay, so
you have to compose "Beat It" by Michael Jackson or something, right? Like, it has to be a song so good, or Thriller.
Sure, yeah. But the thing is, someone has to decide it, right? Like, so, like, what is it? What's the mechanism? Is it like there's a fairy in there? There's the ever elder did it, and she's waiting for something. Is there a what's the mechanism? I guess the magical mechanism.
I don't know. Can you deal with the chat thing? I don't know why I can't
I'll
deal with it. I'm clicking buttons when it's happening.
I got it.
Thanks.
I got it.
The moderator. How does it work? Chat, give us ideas. How would this stone know that it's witnessing a song so incredible? I mean, can't we just say it's magic? Like, what's wrong with that? Why can't we just say it responds to the song?
That's not right, because you need to put the logic in it.
No, you don't.
Then
I'm a big fan of logic, but vibrations. Yeah.
No, I mean, no, because it has to lead somewhere, right? Because then otherwise everything. Okay, it can be magic, but it has to have for this kind of thing. I want it to have purpose.
Oh yeah, right? No, I'm not saying it doesn't have purpose. I'm just saying, I'm saying, what is that purpose? What does it do? I'm not saying how does it know. You're asking how does it know what a great song is. I'm saying don't worry about that. Let's figure out what it does first.
Oh sure, okay, never mind. We're on the same page. Sure, okay, we're on the same page.
Okay, good. Oh, you moved your camera by the way, because you had to respond to that person, and now you're pointing.
Oh, sure.
That's it. You got it.
All right. I don't know if if that worked or not.
Okay.
All right, that's good.
So obviously, the Sword of the Stone reveals who the true king of England is,
Sure.
right? Wait, isn't there something like this in Irish mythology already? There's a seat or something in Ireland or something that if you do something to it, you're known to be the true king of Ireland as well. They have that as well. In fact, Wales has the same thing, so it's also a seat or something.
Yeah, it's a popular myth.
It is a popular myth, yeah.
Let's see here.
The King's Stone says Sylvia. King's Stone Island. Am I just like recreating the King's Stone? Yeah. Stonefire is the inauguration mound on the hill of Tara in County Meath Island, which served as the coronation stone.
Oh yeah, the hill Tara.
Hence, the High King of Ireland is known as the Stone of Destiny or Speaking Stone. Wow, this is really close to what we're talking about. Thank you, Brain, for tickling me. Thank you, Sylvia, for your wisdom. According to legend, all of the kings of Ireland were crowned on the stone. Mythical origin.
According to Wikipedia, all I have to do is step on it.
Yeah, so obviously so we have a choice here. We can either like lean into this and make this to do with something to do with the Queen of the Afanc, something to do with the ritual, something to do with where she has to go beforehand, or we can kind of like embrace it a little bit and steer away from it and make it to do with song, or maybe leading the druids. Maybe what if we change the druidic order to an order of Philly instead? And this is, or
sure.
it doesn't be Philly. Maybe it something to do with leading the order, or something. I don't know why that.
Okay, so they become the, well, they lead the order and they become the all-time Estafad, or the champion of all time.
But then,
then
can this happen multiple times?
Good question.
Yeah.
Good question. I don't know. Well, the other thing too is about with the king and queen. Like the thing is with the traditional Irish legend, they're like it's meant to be a Sword of Stone looking for a king or queen, but the Afanc already has their eternal queen.
Exactly.
Right?
That's what I'm trying to wrestle with. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, I mean, it could be.
Man, I hate people do this shit, man. People keep vandalizing these ancient things.
Vandalize.
God, nothing makes my blood boil more than people disrespecting old art. I don't know.
What are you looking at?
Just in the wiki page, people vandalized it in multiple times. But in 2012, someone hit it with a hammer in 11 places. In 2014, it was done with green-red paint, and vandalized again in 2023 with the word "fake" spray painted onto it. And it's like, well, it was there for how many years? How many years has it been here for? Since 500 AD? No, up to 500 AD.
A long
so it's
time.
older than that. It's even older than that. Whatever. It's almost 2,000 years old, let's say. And then only in the last 20 years, or 15 years even, idiots started trying to destroy the thing for no good reason.
Hey, that sounds like old man talk.
I know.
That's just an old rock.
I'm going to start blaming
TikTok
social media. That's the only thing I can think of. I blame TikTok.
TikTok is forever. Views are forever.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, let's maybe we should put a pin in this for now. But I really like the idea.
Sure. So you could say "Song in the Stone." Put "Song in the." We have "Song in the Stone."
Yeah, I'm putting
becomes a leader. Sure.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what our brains.
Yeah.
We'll see what we cook up in our
maybe.
But that's good enough.
Yeah, leader of the Druidic Order. Or maybe it's something like maybe it could be like a unifier, someone who then leads both the tribe and the Druidic Order, which doesn't normally happen. I don't know why that would be important or special, but they could like rule over the entire island.
Become the consort? Can they be the first consort of the Anchentir, the first person ever worthy of the Anchentir?
Like as like a personal advisor? You mean? What do you mean?
Or like a husband?
Oh, that's what you meant, a consort. Sorry, my brain didn't translate consort into a regular word.
Yeah, like the Anchentir has traditionally never had a husband or king.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they wouldn't.
I mean, that's kind of interesting.
Leader.
Yeah.
they become worthy of the Ancient Cheer. So people keep singing like love songs and stuff, but maybe the real song is like the Ever Elders or whatever favorite song from when they were a kid and that kind of thing. And so it'll be like the Reborn something. I don't know. That's a thought. I mean, that's
I
we're
think
playing
that's
in
really
a
cool. Like if the Queen's never taken a husband or wife before, never taken a lover before.
Yeah.
Then I think that's really interesting.
So spoiler alert. Basically, the leader of the Afanc is the goddess herself, who just inhabits body after body to rule from Earth, inhabiting the conscious. And the previous queen is basically secretly torn apart in order for a ritual that allows her to inhabit a new person's body. It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's inspired by a we don't know if it's real or not, but a comment by Polonius and Strabos about this being a thing that some Celtic tribe did way back when, where they tore a woman apart for their ritual in tribute to the gods. So that's kind of what we're riffing off.
No, I'm not really happy with this. Like the idea, that's a really good idea, Kurt. But like it's like clearly directly inspired by this, right? It's like I guess maybe your brain went, well, how can they become a king if we already have a queen? Oh, they could be, together. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's the way. Yeah, and it plays into this idea of the Ever Elder being, this kind of lonely figure too, and it's kind of weird. And also lead to adventure, right? Imagine that a player character like sings the right song, and then that's how they get to marry the Ancient Cheer. And then it becomes this weird thing where they discover their weird eldritch secret. That could be really fucked up.
And also it plays into so many legends. There are so many tales that are just like this, where they say, I will never marry anyone unless they do this impossible task. And that's what it is. Maybe that should be what it is. Ancient Cheer once said that she and her heirs will never marry anyone. And then they said, no, that's unreasonable. They said, okay, fine, we'll never marry anyone unless they do this thing.
And it's been basically fucking... It's been centuries. No one has found the song yet.
Yeah. So in that case then, this should also be part of the uncommon law. This is why people are doing it, right? And then the rare law is that it should be not a song to the Ancient Cheer, it should be a love song to the Ever Elder.
Yeah, exactly. Like something ancient that is hidden somewhere. Sorry, I'm cooking right now.
Yeah.
Because the Ever Elder is a fucking she loves secrets, right?
Yeah.
And basically the song melody she's looking for is from her childhood, but it's lost to time. She's never been able to find it. So if anyone finds that song...
Oh, okay. So you're still working on the premise of it being like a code that unlocks something.
Oh, no, is that not what it is?
No, I was just always on the idea that it should be something that's heartfelt and meaningful, but anyone can come up with it. They just have to know what it is they have to come up with. I mean, you could go either way, but my thought was that, that everyone previously has always traditionally written a love song for Ancient Cheer, and that never works. But everyone always tries that tradition. But the real secret is to not write a love song for Ancient Cheer, but write a love song for the Ever Elder.
Oh, yeah. I was going to suggest... I mean, that works too. I'll just suggest something like something lost. Like, basically, the secret is that it's a lost melody that from the Divine Age or from the Wild Hunt era that has not been heard since, and was sung by someone older, like when she was a child, and she's just never been able to find the melody since. But if it's a secret melody, and it's relatable too, right? Like when you hear a song, like, oh, what's that fucking song? That's such a relatable thing that we have as humans, of music that we remember, but sometimes we don't.
Maybe we can. Yeah, so the other way to, like I said, to make that happen, we say then that Ancient Cheer says, oh, I'll never marry anyone, but I will marry someone who can produce the melody that the Ever Elder once heard when she was a child. The Ever Elder's lullaby that her own mother sung to her when she was a child, which is obviously an impossible thing to obtain. And then everyone every year just try and guess it. Right, which obviously is not going to work, but everyone tries anyway. The what I don't like about
what you're saying
is that gone.
Oh, so what you're saying is that's explicit in like that everyone knows that already?
Yeah. Oh, you're saying
okay. I was saying. Yeah, that's not explicit. I was saying that it's just like a song, and then people try different things. Like you said, that everyone just tries to write love songs, but the reality is that it's a ancient childhood melody that's kind of been lost.
Right.
Yeah, except for like there's like one Fae or one blah blah that where it's hidden that can uncover it, because it's not, they don't have like CDs or Spotify, so.
Yeah, I guess this might be better because like my version, someone could do it by accident or randomly.
Yeah.
But I don't see why they would. I think they'd always write it to Ancient Seer if they wouldn't. But yeah, let's leave it there.
Yeah, exactly.
Now.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, there's something romantic about it that I like too. So.
Oh yeah, fair. That's true.
All right.
Cool. Well, that's really cool. I'm really happy with this now. This is like an awesome amalgamation of multiple ideas. They're my favorite ones. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is what we mean by being inspired by ancient lore. It's like, it's inspired. It's we're looking at stuff and we're coming up with
it's
ideas.
pretty damn close, really. It is a stone that can turn you into a king, but it's different.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't just step on it. Yeah, and then, but yeah, we'll finesse it. We'll finesse the idea. All right, we're on Ustenok.
Okay, well, that was Ustenok. Yeah.
Ustenok is the island. Is a conclave. They reside in a hard-to-reach inland village called Ustenok. Oh, this is the village itself. Said to be, and there's a well said to be the birthplace of the ever elder in immortal life.
Okay, wait. So
I don't know if that's true or not.
Shouldn't this then be where the Ogden lore goes instead?
In Ustenok? Yeah, it can be.
Isn't that the druids in Ustenok being the ones that are developing it?
Yeah. I mean, I guess that would be true.
Okay. In that case, then, is it? I want to get rid of the well of the Everelder then, or something.
Do you want to get rid of it, or you want to?
Yeah, or we have to mention it here, because otherwise, what's the point of mentioning it here?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's the thing. It would be we could just cut it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that too.
Yeah.
I mean, I just like magical wells. That's like a very common feature of Welsh mythology.
Yeah.
Especially because they have like an interesting history, right? Like fairy wells are part of like the fairy religion.
Yeah, but we could put magical wells somewhere else. Right. But you have another well already. You have the Well of Silences. You kind of two magical wells in the same clan. Can you?
It's man, I told you I love magical wells, but that's fine.
Well, then you can decide which well do you prefer: the Well of Silences or the well where the Ever Elder was born. I don't know why she was born in a well.
Well of Silences. Is
Okay.
Yeah. The Well of Silences. Yeah.
Wait.
I just love the well.
Oh wait. I misunderstood. The island hosts a druidic conclave to order stories. They reside in a hard-to-reach inland village called that near a well, said to be the birthplace of the Ever Elder Mother. Maybe that's fine. I thought like the well was special, but it's not. It's the village is special, right?
Not particularly special, no.
I don't know why you mentioned the well. Just like all villages have wells. It's fine, right?
Sometimes I just write and like.
I know. So I wasn't saying it wasn't critiquing you in the past, Kurt. It's like me trying to process now. Like, okay, can we get rid of this?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. What are we doing? Okay. So Ustenok, turns out we've already written for it because they're going to be the ones developing Ogden. So then we need to remix stuff for Elban together, which it should be to do with the leader, or maybe the past, or the past for the leader, something like that.
Yeah.
So this Breyer we haven't named, who runs the town of Song and Fertile Fields. I want to do something for the past, a past secret.
Here's a riff. Zilphia has a suggestion. Instead of a well for the birthplace, how about a spring or a cherished body of water? A spring
she's the god of the sea. What if she just
have
watched
some
the show
kind of
one day as well?
Yeah. Also, this is just something we're talking about, right? Like this is like the legend. Like we can make it on the real lore whatever we want. So your call. But yeah, it doesn't have to be a well. Sure. It could be a spring or a little lake, a pond. Now for the Elven tribe, I have a. Do you want to make the Breyer more interesting? Is that something that's interesting to you?
At least the tribe. Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, they're a musical tribe, right?
That's all. I just don't want it to be sinister.
Okay. right. Well, I have a silly idea that's based on a Kurt Vonnegut story that I loved from when I was a kid.
Awesome.
From when I was a young man. And basically, there's this story of like this upright citizen guy who discovers. Okay, long story short, he has a secret identity as like a jazz player, even though he's like this like uptight white guy. But he discovers he comes into all this money, but then he keeps the money a secret so he can keep playing jazz on the low key because he loves playing music secretly.
Okay.
So what if like his identity is like he's this like brayer, and as a kid he was like a musician, and then but he like secretly goes off for weeks at a time across Avalon. Like he's like a famous. He's Hannah Montana. He's like this brayer, and like he's like this very straight laced guy, but he just disappears for weeks at a time, and he has a secret identity as a famous bard. But people don't realize that they're the same person. That's stupid.
No, I mean it doesn't quite fit the criteria of like the past, but it does fit the criteria of secret and not sinister. So I kind of like it, and I guess it kind of. Like in the Pendrite Clanlands, we have Breyer Alpin, but he's openly a bard, right? He's very much in your face about it. So I like the idea of a secret bard. Yeah.
Yeah. Like imagine that they meet, like the players meet this NPC, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm so and so," and he's playing, and he's really good, and then
that's
several
fun.
adventures.
Yeah, now you put it in that kind of context of how they can interact with players. It's like, oh, they don't actually know that they're interacting with the leader of this major tribe.
Yeah. He like removed because the Penavog wears mask. He removes his mask and puts on makeup like a different kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he's so and so one of the most famous bards in blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fun.
Cool. But he never turns up to an Eisteddfod for some reason. He's like the greatest bard of all time. Yeah. People always wanted to go to the Eisteddfod. Maybe he could be the one that could like do the song, but he never turns up. And everyone's already pissed off about it. Like when he turned up this year, and he never does. Yeah. All right, cool. I'm super sold. Yeah, I like it a lot, dude. Okay.
Thanks, Hannah Montana.
The Breyer has a secret.
People keep wondering why this bard and the Breyer are never in the same place at the same time.
No, I never wanted such a thing. The secret life of a legendary bard. Next up, the mask. And makes her face. And sails the land, I guess. I don't know how they get around, but.
Would this be an uncommon lore or a rare lore?
You're right, this would just be rare lore, yeah. It could even be legendary if it's only known by that person, but maybe.
I mean, the uncommon lore could be that he used to be, like, when he was a child, he was, like, a prodigy, but he's given that up in order to, like, run things, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Or the other way around, just that the guy is frequently absent, right? And.
He just, like, constantly disappears on tribal business, but.
Yeah.
People suspect tribal business, but they're never really sure.
Yeah, the Breyer is frequently absent, but Bren guards take care of affairs, and they always show up. Always show up when needed.
Yeah.
When needed. So there is no discontent. I just don't want the idea to be like rebellion, whatever.
Or to I don't know.
To create new songs, right? He just wants to learn.
Oh no, like I imagine him also as like a quest giver.
Oh sure.
Right, like he hears about things and he's like, "Hey, you guys should do this." And the Penavang, he travels across learning all this information.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, we could finesse it, but all right. Well, hey, we did Innis Biara. Now the name Innis Biara. You can change it if you want, but
yeah. But I was happy that I didn't look into it too much though. But, I mean, I assume you got the name somewhere. Drawing inspiration from Munster, Biara being the name of a prominent peninsula there. Sure. Yeah, I read that yesterday.
Yeah.
I said sure.
Sure. Wait, I don't see the comments. Why is it? I don't know why that is.
Oh no, this is
a
different doc. The 1.6, not the 3.6.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I was looking.
I mean, my instinct would be to like look up an older name for Munster instead. Like, just find an even older name for Munster if it has one. That's
okay.
That's
yeah,
what you're
whatever.
Yeah. As opposed to name of a pitcher that's there today. But
sure thing.
Don't mind. So I guess you're right. You asked me and I thought about it.
Okay. Anyway, those are some fun secrets.
Yeah, I'm actually really pleased with these. These are some of my favourite easily, and I'm glad as well because you're right. We should have done the place of song, and it should be, I don't know, just fun and interesting. Just a little bit of reprieve from a lot of the political backstabbing that was present in the Penkawa lands, which is what we did last. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. One thing I regret about because we're this is a good project because like we're starting to create all these things and it's coming alive for us.
Mm-hmm.
But like I told you when we were writing the Penkawa section, like man, Valonium could just be its own fucking book. It could be like 120-page source book with like all these like buildings and maps and shit, and this could also I don't know. I like that kind of stuff, like deep dives.
Like, are we? I mean, chat, don't hold us to this, but are we gonna do like a Valonium source book and then like a Penkawa source book and then a Pen Bayard book? Or is like Pen Bayard's just too big? It should just be like Dinas Okoye source book, It's so hard. You can just always. It's like what's the game called? Magnify. Telescope? Magnify?
Microscope.
Yeah. God, I tried all the other visual instruments and didn't quite get to microscope.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like microscope.
Yeah.
You can just zoom in and then just go high into detail anywhere you wanted to, really.
Well, the part of the reason why Forgotten Realms is so successful is because of Waterdeep, which is like a metropolis, and there's like fucking thousands of pages written about this one city, and it's insane. But I love that. That's what I loved about it. I love zooming in on a thing and yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Like maybe I told chat this before, but like the campaign that I've run in Varlin consisted of players moving around all these different towns and forts in the Borderlands that aren't even on this map. That was what the campaign was. We went from here to here to here to here to here to here, and then part of that became Care on the Borderlands. And the people that visit the Care on the Borderlands for the political summit there, those people are drawn from those locations that my players went to when we run those campaigns. The point is that, you could just zoom in anywhere and just make stuff, right? It's this unlimited resolution granularity.
Yeah. That's the joy of fantasy.
Yeah, man. Okay, cool.
All right.
That's good. Well, we actually had a stream that was about an hour long for once, as opposed to running over time.
Okay,
yeah, I'm good with that.
No, we did a whole I mean, if you're watching a stream for game design, that's what we're doing. We just chatted as buddies and came up with ideas and found inspiration, came up with our own inventions, and I think we came up with something that, I mean, obviously the text isn't finished, but so the ideas are
essentially fun. Right. Like, even though it just looks like we wrote one paragraph, it's like, no, these are dense pieces of information that contain enough for the whole adventures, basically. And then I guess Kurt's job is then to make these sentences pretty and just flesh it out a little bit, right?
Probably prettier, Yeah. The nice thing is that these are just kind of functional, so it just needs like good information, right?
Yeah.
So
cool. Too, but thank you for saying that. Yeah.
Thank you, Zilphi. Yeah, it's I've mentioned before, we love having written, and we're happy. Yeah, it'll just be a really cool thing put on a shelf, and gives me an idea. Man, I like.
I know. I just want to play. I just want to play more now.
No, I want to write like I'm getting attached to some of these things. I'm like, man, I want to like write a book or short stories or anthology or something where we explore some of these characters and places like more in depth. It's really cool, right? Like a short story about the Elven tribes, Briar, and how he like goes around and all that shit. And I like that stuff. Oh, that is true. Zelfi says we need to take a break. Well, I don't know if we can do that. That's asking a lot of people who make games for a living.
That's hard.
But thank you, Zelfi. Thank you for your vote of confidence. All right, so we'll probably keep working off stream, but thank you for joining the stream. I was Kurt. He was Darren. We'll be back next Thursday. Probably moving on to a new section of the book, right?
Yes. Next Thursday, I think we'll be working on the secrets of the other world.
Ooh. And we're gonna get into real juicy stuff.
And we're gonna have to invent real juicy stuff as well, which will be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
I really realized. Oh man, I should talk about it next week. But I really got excited about. Like, it took me a while to think about how the section would work, but I realized part of it is me coming up with quest ideas, right? And some of those quests will be in the other world, that's sure, but I think a lot of them will be quests that the Fae give to people to do in Avalon. You know, what did the Fae want from Avalon, and how can
sure,
you
yeah, that's
yeah. And I hope
it's more to understand like
screwing with people.
Sure, yeah. Why do the fairy? What do the Toeth care about?
Yeah,
right? Like why?
Yeah.
We open the veil, we lift the veil a little bit for the game masters and describe these kind of this weird anachronistic fairy court that is like futuristic because it's more medieval than Iron Age. Is my hope anyway.
Yeah. Cool. All right, see you next week then.
All right, time. See you guys.
Yeah. Bye everyone.
Bye.